What's up, everyone? Video 21. This video is, what is the creepiest thing you've come across on Reddit? Posted by askreddit. First one. A few years ago, someone in r/gaming doxed me and made a subreddit about me that included pictures of me from when I was a kid, where I lived, various social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, etc., and some other stuff. The admins removed it and banned the person who made it within an hour or two of when I reported it, but it was still up for about 12 hours for anyone to see. That guy who crawled into a tiny tunnel in a cave and died upside down when he got stuck. So disturbing to imagine knowing that your last day on Earth was spent upside down, nearly losing consciousness with you and your very upset family contemplating how bad you fucked up, haunted me for days. Someone I never interacted with DM'd me my first and last name. Carl H. teaches programming. Redditor dedicates a huge amount of time creating and maintaining a subreddit to teach people programming. He's articulate, super nice, positive. Only he wasn't. He was a piece of shit who was raping his kid with his partner on the regular. He killed himself in prison. I hope his kid is doing okay. The guy who had a dream of black and white people and woke up screaming on his bathroom floor, then he theorized someone broke into his house and drugged him. That was a mad ride. Somebody came posting to legal advice, claiming that she had been raped and wanted to know what to do from there. Except they hadn't bothered making an alt account, so posters there quickly sussed out from their post history that he was an incel. He was actually looking for advice on how to get away with it. That and another post where one of them fantasized about maiming his roommate were the final straws for Reddit to finally ban their original sub. I think it was on Reddit, but this woman was diagnosed with a disease and her post showed her slow descent into madness. Chilling stuff. Probs this guy who got a cell phone snuck in at a mental health ward who was trying to convince people that he was given milk from the future or some shit, like he posted links to blurry pictures he was sneakily took in their mess hall with the date of the milk as if it was super insane stuff when it was an average expiration date. Felt super bad for them because they felt like the government was controlling their mind or some shit. I googled this very topic and came across a man in this sub that claims to have helped murder, dismember, and hide a body. It was a good read and seriously left me wondering if he wasn't just BSing. Below is the URL if anyone's interested in checking that out. The pics posted by a hiker-climber about a day trip out with their buddies seemed clean enough, yeah? They found a severely injured, nearly dead woman near the trail on their way out. Turned out she'd been there for a day or two already, and her hiking partner passed away trying to find help. It wasn't until the OP hiker got home that they noticed the girl they rescued was visible in the background of some of their pics. Again, there's the URL if anyone wants to check it out. I posted this in another thread recently, but it's definitely by far one of the creepiest things I've come across. I'm a mod here, so I have to deal with cleaning up a lot of bad posts, but one stands out in my memory. This was back when we allowed the text box, so the bot didn't remove posts using it right away, and someone posted something like, "Isn't this so hot?" and they linked a video in the text box. It was child porn. Hated that I clicked the link, but at least I was able to remove it and send it up to the admins to take action. Found an account that had been posting pictures of underage girls ripped off of Instagram. Every single girl he posted was in my high school. I wrote about a bullying experience on askreddit, and the next day on Facebook got a friend request from the girl I talked about in the post, except I never actually said her name or anything. And it seemed like it was her picture or her because she had all my elementary school friends, except the weird thing is the Facebook profile only had our elementary school people, and there was only one picture of her and nothing else. So that leads me to suspect that 1, she somehow saw the post, linked it to herself, dug up her old Facebook profile from middle school and tried contacting me. Or 2, someone did some very serious stalking, like Googling my name, going through various pages of comments, making a fake Facebook profile, finding the girl without me actually saying it was her, and adding all the people from the school. I don't know, it really creeped me out. I hope it's just a coincidence, but her message to me was, "Remember blank?" referring to what I said on Reddit. Shivers. Here's the original post. I don't know why I said that. There's no URL. On to the next one. I've posted it in another Ask Reddit before, so I'll just copy and paste it. There was one girl on r/let's not meet who said she worked at a bar, I think, in Australia, and one customer really liked her and was creepy, and after a while was kicked out by whatever the guards are called. She said after that, when she went out to leave her shift, the guy somehow figured out her car and sat on it. She got the guard, I think, and the guy was taken away. This stuff goes on for a few nights or weeks, can't remember. It was a few months ago. She then one time left to go to work and forgot something, so she headed back home, and he was standing in the hallway like, "Hello, honey," and yeah. Cops were called, and apparently he'd been living in her crawl space for weeks or months. She said she then moved states after that. I'm also Australian and got freaked out reading this because that stuff rarely happens here or isn't covered often. Link, if there's the URL, again, if you want to check it out. This was a super creepy one. I think it was on r/relationship advice about a girl who thought her doctor boyfriend was drugging and raping her. She had been dating this guy for a while and was thinking of breaking up with him, but regularly was losing her memory, sometimes for days on end, and usually when she would come to, she would be in her boyfriend's house. She said she thought she had broken up with him and he was maybe drugging her with some drugs he might have accessed through his work and raping her. This tied in nicely with needle marks she had on her thighs too, and she knew from her body how her body felt that they definitely had sex. She would leave and go back home confused, only for the whole thing to repeat over again. Sometimes she would wake up in her own home with cum stains on her chest. He had a thing for that, and she thought he was breaking into her house and coming on her. She gave multiple accounts of both of these happening. The only thing that didn't add up was one of the times she became aware she was sitting in a restaurant with him, and both of their cars were outside. She said it didn't make sense that he would pick her up, drop her at the restaurant, then go back 20 minutes later to her house in a taxi and come back in her car. Some commenter noted that her symptoms were indicative of a really rare bed bug allergy, and when she checked, her bedroom was infested. The needle marks were bite marks, and the cum stains were a secretion that they gave off. The memory loss is due to swelling on the brain due to a severe allergic reaction. Edit. I'm going to post this and hope someone remembers and can reference the post I'm referring to. This is one of the scariest things I've read and seen on Reddit, and I hope the OP is okay. Have not seen Reddit updates, but if I remember correctly, it was a front page post. There was a woman who lived at home in an apartment building and would get random knocks on her door. There would be banging and screaming while she was inside alone. I think her husband was a doctor and had odd hours, and this only happened when he was away. She was able to take a really poor quality photo of him out her window, and you can see him facing and looking into her apartment. Redditors were suggesting that he was doing this to essentially torture her, and warned that it might escalate to something much more dangerous. Obviously, he was stalking her because he knew when she'd be alone. Ever since I read her post, I have been terrified to answer the door. I think about her constantly and really hope she's okay. If anyone remembers her post, please share. Blah, blah, blah. And I don't say blah, blah, blah to be insensitive. I'm just saying that because I shouldn't have read that last portion. A few months ago, a Redditor discovered that a men's help/trauma release coaching group was using their company as a front to teach wealthy men physical, psychological, legal tactics to rape and sexually assault women. They would hide hidden camera film themselves actually raping unsuspecting women and sell the footage to their clients for money. A Redditor hacked into the website and released some of these videos, and it is literally the most disturbing shit I've ever seen, internet or not. If you want to see that post, you can go to r/r/RBI and search for the most upvoted post of all time on there. The videos were taken down via DMCA, but the non-video content that was uncovered is also pretty disturbing though. It was detailed rape, sexual assault strategies, shit like telling men how to apply Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to raping women. Please don't do that. For me, it's usually the real-life, everyday-seeming people who do awful things but are so far out of touch with reality that they think they're normal. One being the dude who literally stalked that IGN reporter woman. He made constant posts in legal advice or something asking if he could sue her to unblock him. When people, rightly, brought up that he was a nutbar and belonged in jail or counseling, he repeatedly defended himself by saying they were in love and if she could just meet him, she would see, etc. Like all the classic stalker reasoning, he absolutely refused to see anyone's logic and was clearly mentally ill but not willing or able to see how badly he needed help, and this poor woman was caught in the middle of it for no real reason other than he saw some articles she had written. The other one was the legal advice post from the dude who basically trapped and assaulted a girl in his home and was asking how he could get out of the charges she was pressing against him. Only, he told the story the way a sociopath trying to get sympathy would, but the glimmers of what really happened were easily recognizable in the post. She came in, he locked the door, she was nervously on her phone, he made a move, she said no, he took her phone away, he then made a move again, and eventually she relented. Then he went to take a shower, and when she got back, he found that she had bolted out the door and gone to police, and he couldn't figure out why. And in his words, it was a dating ad, so why would she respond to a dating ad and come to my house if she didn't mean it? Classic, no equals yes defense. There are some nasty people on this website. If it's an obvious throwaway or whatever, it's easy to justify some of them as trolls. It's the ones who you can tell are actual deluded people that are willingly breaking the law but think they're right that are really scary, because it's entirely possible that that person is your coworker or a friend of a friend, etc. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up after that. If you guys liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully you'll check out the next video.